Yeah, I think I'm live. Um, yeah, I cannot say that let's start the session once some people join because this is literally first line. And I'm really bad at coming up with titles. So that's why I kept let's solve today's lead code POTD. And I'll tell you what I have, what's the thing that why I have started this live series. I have prepared little nothing, whatever is coming to my mind. So that's how I'm putting how LLMs output. So I'll share my screen. Okay, system settings, Google Chrome. Okay, I'll quit and reopen. It's asking for to quit and reopen since it's my first screen share. Yeah, I think I'm live now. So let's quickly open the lead code question and try to solve it. Yeah, I think my screen is visible. Let's look at the question. Yeah, create a file. What's the file name? Binary prefix divisible. So this is the template that I use to submit my questions in CSCS. So usually the questions in CSCS have higher constraints in order to get non-TLE. So again, like this template, I took it from Gemini, asked it for I'm like I need a Java competitive programming setup. So let's see the problem and try to understand what is problem about. Okay. Given a binary array nums, so define excess number. Okay. Most significant. Okay. Okay. We have a binary array. Number at an index I is subarray most to less significant. Okay. Real binary rep of a number from 0 to ith index. For every index num, for every index I in this reformed array maybe, return boolean array specifying if it's divisible by 5 or not. Okay. What's the question? No. Let's see one example to understand. Let's take this. It's equal to 1011, right? So say this is my, what is this auto completion? How to switch it off? Settings. Auto fix links. Okay, never mind. Result is this. Um, at zeroth index, like when we are at zero, um, 0 to 0 summary is zero. Now the second element will be 0 comma 0 1 because we appended it. Third element will be 0 comma 0 1 comma 0 1 1 because we need to append this. Okay, so this, okay. Okay. The rough idea would be brute force. So like create a kind of string array, or since you're in Java, like strings, I'm in Java, string builder array where each size n, where each element is appended with the previous element, previous like string whatever. Each element is appended with previous element. Let's see what exactly it looks like for array 0 comma 1 comma 1. So for initially we can pre-compute the first entry of this saying that it's 0. Now the pointer is at 1, right? So if the pointer is at 1, index is 1. So we append 1 to previous index. So now this is 0. The next one will become 0 1. Now index is at 2. I mean the last one. And it's get that one will get appended to. So let's say this is nums. Say this as res. Nums of I will get appended to res of I minus 1. So now this array will become pretty much like this. Now it's like, I think it's yeah, either okay, now we have this array either two ways. One, iterate through each string and convert it into num based on power of 2. I think there might be built functions to do this. Even I'm not sure about this, just guessing. Just a plain guess. Yeah, again, like the question is this optimal? Let's see. What is the constraints of the question? Okay. If you see constraints are bit high, what might be the time complexity? Time complexity we can come, but let's see space. Worst case, we need 10 power 5 because there will be 10 power 5 length of the array, and each and the 10 power 5 the index, the last index, since we'll be appending this 10 power 5 minus 1 indices, and yeah, it's just a multiplication of this 10 power 5. This itself is inefficient. Okay, let's see what we can observe. What are we doing? We are appending one to the right side. And what does it contribute? Like, so say if you append 0 to a binary number, this is what I hate about the IDs, man. I don't know how to switch it off. Settings, auto execution off. Yes, now it should be good. Yeah. Say if you append 0 to the binary number, so let's say 0110, which whose value is uh, 0 2 4 I think 6, and you appended 0 to this 0 1 1 0 0. Let's shift it to left side one bit. Sorry, yeah. And let's see the numerically difference between these two. So what I mean is, earlier 2 was there, now it became 4. Earlier 4 was there, now it became 8. So nothing. This just become okay. Here the 2th power of 1 is set to 1. Now it was set to 0, and the first power was set to 1. So it's simply like we are shifting each bit to the left by 1 bit. So it's since the 2 power 1 has changed to 2 power 2, and 2 power 2 has changed to 2 power 3, and remaining all bits are 0, and the number has become literally double. You can check it like it's simply 8 plus 4, which is 12. Now again, like if you add one more 0 to this, so it will become 0 1 1 0. Yes, let's see what this becomes. Okay. um so 2 power 2 has become 2 power 3. 2 power 3 has become 2 power 4. Are you seeing that shift? Are you seeing that shift? 2 power 3 has becoming 2 power 4 means it literally got multiplied. So it's like 24. uh, if num is 0, its previous num into 2. Say what if there is 1, and these are the only two possibilities. And why? Because the only two possibilities, like it's obvious, because the number is binary. Okay, so let's take some different example. 0 1 0 1. What is this number? 0 1 यार बस स्विच ऑफ किया साला फिर भी data execution is off. Agent decides. Okay, should request review. Auto fix lens is also off. Tap to import, tap to jump, snooze. Okay. Okay, let's not bother about this. Okay. 5. Now let's say if I'm appending to 1, if I'm appending 1 to this, so what actually happen is 0, yeah, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. I'm trying to push this till here so that you can, yes. Again, like 2 power 0 has become 2 power 1. 2 power 2 has become 2 power 0, 1, 2. 2 power 2 has become 2 power 3. 8 plus 2 power 0 has become 2 power 1. 2 plus. The difference between this is whatever the numbers are there, the exact bits are here. One got appended. One got appended at 0th position. So it's anywhere 2 power 1. So it's like plus 1, which will be 11. Let's do the same thing to this number and see. Ideally, we should get 23. Let's see. So the number now becomes 0, 1, 0, double 1, 1. Let's move it one position back. It's no position here. Okay. Okay, again, like 2 power, uh, ignore this one, right? Here, how to highlight? Okay. Okay. Ignore the first one. 2 power 0 become 2 power 1. 2 power. Okay, okay, it will be good if I come in this comparative area, comparative side from the left to right. So here it is 0, 1, 2, 3. 2 power 3 here become 2 power 4 because it's at index 5. 2 power 1, 0, 1 has become 2 power 2, 0, 1, 2. So it's like 8. No, 2 power 2 is 4. Yeah. 2 power 0 has become 2 power 1. So it's like 2. And the additional extra 1. So which is 1, which is 23. So here you can see the 8 has become 16, 2 has become 4, 1 has become 2, and for this previous result 1 has been added. In the similar way, next result will be 46 plus 147. Okay, now I think what is the space for this? Space will be big O of n, time complexity will be big O of n. Yeah, let's code this up. Tell me equal to limit length. Okay. Okay. Int num equal to nums of 0. The initial num, like whether it will be whatever the number is. For int I equal to 1, I less than n, I plus plus. If nums of I equal to 1. If the current number is 1, the previous number we are multiplying and we are adding it to 1. So it's like num equal to num into 2 plus 1. If it's not, we are just multiplying it. Num equal to num into 2. After this, we need to check if num mod 5 equal to 0. Res dot add true. Does add has index thing? Okay, it adds element at that index. I think that's what we want. So else, okay, not want to do this. Return this. Let's see, running this and submitting this. We'll see what is the output of this. Okay, index 1 size 0. Okay. Uh, how to declare array list with size and is it a allowed thing? Int initial capacity. Okay, I think this should be fine. Okay, size 0. Why did it come like this? Okay, is this is of type small boolean or capital boolean? Let me add this. Right, okay. So some div by 5. Okay, false. Let us check now. Uh, true, false. But this should be the case, right? Constructs empty list with specified initial capacity. But we specified initial capacity as n, which is length of the nums. Okay, okay. Okay. If this is divisible, this won't get executed. Sorry. If this is not got executed, this will get executed. Is it like for the same index? Okay. For the same index, both won't get executed. Of course. Why is it coming? What's the error actually? Okay, check this. This one. Yeah, index bounds exception. Yeah, usually when a easy question comes, I read the question, and if it's like uh, find the maximum sum of adjacent difference, something like that, and if it's doable, I usually skip it. I just don't do it for increasing the count of lead code or increasing the streak. If you can see here, this is not a good streak because yeah, in a day where if I see the question and if I feel like I got the optimal approach, I I can I'll not do that. There is no point of doing that unless it only increase the number of questions you solved. Maybe this might have gone to some 15 or 20, but that doesn't matter. If you don't learn anything from a question, I think there is no point of doing that question. Okay. Okay, 10 power 5, okay. Oh, this is not that pretty easy, bro. It's like 281K they submitted, 140, 52% acceptance. So yeah, that's the beauty of some of the easy questions. They're not easy, and some of the medium questions are not medium, and some of the hard questions are not hard. They are actually of medium level. So this is like by the question tag, you can never predict the complexity of a question. But then, how does lead code tags a question? Maybe is it the question creator gives the tag, or is it from the submissions? From the submissions, it doesn't feel like an easy question. From the constraint perspective, also, usually easy questions, it should get accepted by the brute force that we discussed here. But since we have seen the complex time space complexity is so high, so yeah, that's why it's not. Yeah. Again, like, okay, the time complexity, right? It's insane. Just I just know it strike me. So let's say you have a number, a string looks like this, 01, something like this, so on, 10 power 4 bits. Okay. Now, how will you convert this into a integer? First of all, it would have flown, it would have overflown, but still, okay, 2 into 10 power 5. Yeah, and the complexity of maybe this many bits is not a ideal case. Test case won't be there because if there are 10 power 4 bits and let's say if there is a bit set bit here, maybe here one, so it will be 2 power of 10 power 2 power of some 10 power 4, which is like even long doesn't fit there. So 10 power 4, ideally, this is, you cannot map this the constraint with the actual use case, test case. But so see the pain of converting this binary number into an integer. You have to iterate from the each bit, and you need to do that in the string. Like, since this is string, it's no more integer. Got to do that. Yeah, might be a better brute force might exist, but yeah, again, like brute force is like what it strikes to your mind, right? See if we have any viewers. Looks like no. Zero views. It's, I think it's fine, right? Because it's our first live. And yeah, like, is it like, am I spending more time on this? No, definitely not. Because this is not an easy question. This is not a typical easy question. This is an easy type question, but still. And the fact that they made this question is to observe this. But this is the magic of bit manipulation, guys. Like, you can literally play with the bits, and yeah, that's how you'll have a fun in that. Still, I'm not figuring out how to do this. Okay, maybe we can learn something in uh, Java RLS, even though I I make myself believe that I already know. So this is like where I give my lead code contests. So it's like Gemini. Okay. I am getting array index out of bounds, even though I declared, sorry, I initialized array list with size n. What did I do wrong? Even I am curious now. Array initializes sets initial capacity on the actual size of the list. Okay. Oh, why? List as size 0, but I have passed in. Okay. Okay. There are two issues here, guys. One is like, uh, since we are keep multiplying the num and keep adding the one, right? So let's say the array looks like this: one, 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 something like this. Sorry, array looks like this: one, comma, one, comma, one, comma, one, so on. So after one point of index, what happens is I might by multiplying that, the fact that this is an integer that I have declared here might have crossed the int. Uh, yeah, why is it striking problem with autocorrect, man? Okay, the fact that it does that because again I might have exceeded the int's initial capacity for doing that. Okay, after multiplying and assigning the value to num, we are doing modulo here. And what if it exceeds here itself? Then yeah, again this is a critical failure point. So you can do here itself. So no need to initialize this also because we can start from zero itself. So let's see what we can do. Okay, let's see how. Okay, I need to plug the charger. Okay, uh, and num equal to 0, or int equal to 0 less than I plus plus num equal to num into 2 plus um, initially. So let's say why I'm not starting from 1 is you can start it from 1, but again you have to initialize with this and yeah. So let's say initially, let's say the num is 1. 1, if you do left shift by 2, 2 power 0 will become 2 power 1. So you're multiplying with the 2. I'm multiplying with the 2 and I am adding this to the current number. Nums of 5. Here only if we do mod 5, because that's what we want, right? Mod 5. Okay, I think we're good. But I still don't understand why is it okay. Why is it not linked? Yeah, we can yes search about that. But yeah, I think this should be good. So let's put this here so that we don't have to. Okay. Okay. Now we should not get any wrong answers or something like that. Let's click on submit. Is there any edge case? Okay, because we are iterating to this. Yeah, there is no edge case because we are iterating right from the first element. Let's see. I still just wanted to try from the first element. Let's make it nums of 0. Let's start from 1. And num is equal to num into 2 plus nums of I plus 5. I think this also should work. Okay, let's try this. It's just the initialization change, guys. I hope so. Because let's say nums of 0 is 1. This will be 1 into 2, 2 plus, and let's say nums of 1 we're appending 1. So it's like 1, 1. 1, 1 is 0. No, 2 4 0, 2 4 1, 3. Plus 1 equal to 3. I think this should also work. Hey, wait. Uh, okay. Okay. Okay, got it. Rest dot add true. Only if num modulo equal to, okay, okay, if num modulo 5 equal to 0, then only rest dot add true. I mean, like, for the initial also we have to write, right, like, the initial thing, else rest dot add false. Semicolons should not miss. I think that's the only difference. Like, if you see, false, false is common here, true is missing because we are ignoring this 0. In the second case also, false, false is right, and here false is missing because for the fact we are ignoring this first one. Should give green now. Let's see. Yes, let's submit this code. Should work. Okay, crazy, good. Uh, yeah, so that is okay. Sorry, I forgot to see how, why that doesn't matter. The thing. Okay. Okay. Now, like, how I use this LLMs is, so let's say if I don't know something, in the sense, like, if I find something that is opposite, that doesn't, that makes me feel that my assumption on that thing is wrong, and in that case, I keep asking LLM until you use correct answer. I think that is why, that is how you should. I don't know, like, I'm not generalizing that is how you should use LLMs, but that is how I use. So say now, I literally have this in my mind. Okay, I thought if I pass in as parameter to, hey, what happened? Array list object, then it creates size of n, but seems no. Why is it so? So yeah, that's the same thing I had, right? Like, initially we here had n, and here add we are doing I comma true, and if you see, I kind of remember this somehow. Add has like two things. One, you can add this, and we can actually literally see the difference here. If you hover your mouse to this, and it tells appends the specified element to end of the list. So let's say if the list is like now only like one index, one size, and say there is an element x, and if you are appending y, just dot add y, that goes and sit in first index, and this previous element x will become the zeroth index. Same with z and so on. But it has optional parameter called as this is one of the method overloading. Yes, method overloading. Same method names but different parameters. Insert a specific element or specified position in the list, but that's fine. Like let's say if I have list 1 2 3, and if I add list dot add 1 comma 3, so there's nothing to prove here, right? I think we already had proved here. Small observation. Okay. Anyway, so let's say array list is 1 comma 2 comma 3. Now we got, okay, let's make it as a list. Now we got list dot add 4. Since this 4 will get appended to end of the list, the result will be something like this. So if you use a method that list dot add 1 comma 4, what it does is from the first index it shifts all the element to right side and it inserts the elements there. And how does this happen? Yeah. How does this happen? Maybe new array will be created with size n plus 1, and from index I, which is requested in method, will be shifted by I plus 1. So element at index n minus 1 will go to index n, and since now I is free, ith index is free, we can add element 4 there. So yeah, this is the costly operation. That's why you might have observed that we don't usually do this, because it's like you need to. There are so many multiple operations just to add one element. I think that's how the linked list are born, like to just add this complexity of this. So imagine the array of size is huge, maybe some 10 power 4, 10 power 4 size array. Then you have to move the 10 power 4 minus requested index elements to the right. No, first you have to create the size 10 power 4 plus 1. Then you have to move all the elements to the right. Second operation. Third operation is insert. That's the constant time. So the first two steps takes a lot of time. That's why the pain is true and linked list got invented. I think so. Like I'm not sure. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, but let's see the main thing what we asked, right? Confusion with Java developers. Okay, I thought it's not a confusion. Okay, never mind, guys. Array list distribution capacity and size. Okay, interesting. When you do new array list 10, you are allocating physical memory but not logical elements. Imagine you're sitting in a classroom, your room, 50 chances, room can hold 50 students without needing to build new walls. Currently, there are 0 students sitting in the chair. If you try to give test paper, okay. Anyway, array list uses arrays internally, so that's why array list. And I think this is a famous interview question. Like, what is the difference between array list and linked list? Classes, not the actual linked list. There is a Similar to how array list is there is a class called as linked list. And what are the trade-offs? Good question. You can explore, guys. Size is zero. Internal counter tracks how many slots are officially used. Yeah. Initially, we don't use. We just declare the size. When you call list dot add index element or list dot set, array list perform specific check internally. Okay. But our okay initial the size is zero because list is empty. Size is zero, and we are inserting index I comma the modulo value nums modulo 5. So that's why we were getting this exception, and yeah, we are done. Standard array, we know this. Okay, okay. You cannot access until you add items into them. Okay, how you actually? Okay. Collection or any? Okay, okay. Yeah, think that's for today, guys. And it's 11:30 also to go to bed. But this is a good problem. This is a really good problem. I enjoyed it a lot. Okay, see you guys with next stream. Ending it here. And yeah, the purpose. I think I should add. I should justify the title, right? Like otherwise, there is no point. The purpose is this is how I usually learn things or usually practice things, and I wanted to do the same thing. What is the duration? Okay, 48 minutes. Maybe I would have taken some 15 minutes to solve because if I code in VS Code, I don't usually write this English thing. This I written because it's a good question and initially I don't have any idea of this. So you usually it won't be this long because I don't write every English. I think it internally in the brain. But yeah, this is a good question today. I learned a lot, both in the bit manipulation thing that we observed, it's multiplying, and also this RLS thing. Yeah, for guys who ask, the Gemini is free for college students, and the only best thing that I got in return from my college is my college email is still valid, so I got 1 year free Gemini Pro. And yeah, coming to title justification. So yeah, like if I so first let's say if I hear anything like, let's say, the topic which I'm currently exploring is cache um right policies. So when you hear some things, maybe or when you read something in code, because of the programming, the way you are thinking, the processing things in the ears till now, you will get one basic naive idea that might be wrong or might not be, that might be correct or might not be correct. But what I do is, whatever I know, I flush it here in the Gemini, same way how I did. If you see, this is uh, very naive. This is literally whatever I have in brain. If I remove all this and put it out in form of English words, and this is exactly the way. So yeah, um, and there are some planned topics that I wanted to explore with you guys so that it might help some of the other guys, because most of the people prefer to watch YouTube tutorials. I watch, but I watch for mathematical proofs or something at very basic principles. Not, there is no point of watching abstracted concepts in the YouTube because whatever the internet knows, they also know the same thing. Sorry, whatever they knows, the internet knows. So, or is it? Or is it both true? Whatever internet has, they know. No, internet has more things. Yeah. So yeah, um, I think that's it. And I cannot guarantee as of now, stream will be daily or something. It might be a little bit random. And yeah, the thing is like, what's the benefit of these streams? One, this keeps improving my focus. uh, it's not bit hard, it's very little hard to sit down and do something after your office work. And so yeah, I just wanted to increase my focus or span of the time which I spent. So if you see, this is like pretty much, I think I never sat continuously for this time at least. Even though I only solved one lead code easy problem, but still, I learned so many things in that. Doesn't matter how much time I sat. But yeah, I think so. Let's say in the same way, if I do learn something and under this like the live streams, so one, it improves my the sitting time or focus span. Two, that's actually of how actually the masters would have mastered the technology. So let's say if you are working, and if you have you might have, or you will have some architects role in your team. Architects read a lot. I observed with my one of my teams, they read a lot. So that is how they get this, the they keep flushing the ideas. Like if you go to them any problem, the second they get idea, they keep flushing at you, because they read a lot. And and that is how actually you become good at things, not just by watching YouTube tutorials. If I watch the Spring crash course in 3 hours, I will not become Spring Master, obviously. But if I spend decent amount of time to understand it from the base principle, then you'll be good. I think, but it just takes the time, but you'll be good. Okay, I think that's it for this stream. It's already more time. I usually don't be awake till this. Okay, ending the stream. Bye.